Success Insight shares the stories of the people with passion and drive who make things happen in the world. Here's your host, Howard Fox.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Mindset Monday with Andree Martin on the Success Insight podcast. Andree is our leadership mindset and golf performance coach. She is an LPGA Class A life member and nationally recognized top 50 golf teacher and expert, a member of the Maine Golf Hall of Fame, and a neuro-linguistic programming master certified coach. Recognizing golf's value as a business tool in today's competitive marketplace, Andree works with individuals, groups, and corporate or organizational clients to create educational and team-building programs that enhance the professional success of aspiring executives. Andree, welcome to another episode of Mindset Monday with Andree Martin on the Success Insight podcast. Good to see you.
You too, Howard. Thanks so much. Always good to be back with you to see what we can conjure up next and help everybody improve their mindset.
No doubt about that. I love it. And this is always a welcome topic. It's timely. And just all that's going on in the world these days, I think mindset is an important component. And of course, spring has sprung, summer is arriving, and there is just so much going on in business and out on the golf courses. And what a better topic than what we have going for us today, huh?
Indeed, indeed. That is so true. And in fact, today's topic is 7 keys to mastering your mindset. And I'm going to use the word mindset to help me relay to the listening audience those 7 keys.
Fantastic. So I love our episodes, and the acronyms are great because we can then use it's easier. I know there's a psychology behind it to remember what each one of those letters mean. And I don't think we've had mindset incorporated into an acronym before.
I know, it's pretty interesting. I was just looking through all of my notes of all the episodes that we've done, and we're reaching near 60 episodes. And I really haven't used the word mindset. I've always referred back to, okay, how are you going to strengthen it? But mindset's the name of the game.
Yes, it is.
In anything, business, sports, anything we do, working with your kids, folks, you've got to have a good mindset because kids read right through you, right? Mm-hmm. I realized that with my junior golfer, he's very fast.
Yes.
So,
and I think a topic we're going to have to discuss, and who knows, maybe it's going to magically appear today, 7 keys to mastering your mindset, but this idea of the open mindset versus the closed mindset.
Yes.
And I do incorporate that with my own career coaching clients. So if we don't touch on it today in the 7 keys to mastering your mindset, let's just put a note that it's something to think about for a future episode.
And that's interesting because I use open versus closed mindset quite a bit in my teaching of golf and in my individual coaching of business leaders and solopreneurs, executives that are really wanting to amp it up, and the fact that you need to be open or closed-minded. So that's a good note, and we'll bring that into perhaps the July episodes. We'll talk about that further. So folks, today, getting back to 7 keys to mastering your mindset, I'm going to list down through and then I'll dive in deeper on each one. But the M is mind the fuel tank so that you can meticulously measure your mindset. I is instinct and intuition. The N is never look back, never doubt. The D is do what is hard and what it takes to go for the gold because you never settle for silver. The S is steady. E is exert, execute, expecting excellence. And it may be extreme. So lots of E's. Could be the 5 E's in mindset mastery. And the final one, T, is trust. yourself and have tangible results. So
Wonderful.
going back to mind the fuel tank. Go ahead, Howard. I think you wanted to say something there.
No, I just think this is great. I'm ready to have you unpack all this.
All right, let's unpack minding the fuel tank. It's so easy in a car. You're getting low on gas, you automatically fuel up. Well, all elite athletes are meticulously measuring everything, especially the results along the way. And the fuel tank also includes and is now a big part of the teams when it comes to athletic performance and enhanced performance in athletics. I think of all of your elite athletes. It's all about food, exercise, training, rest. And when you're building on food, exercise, training, and rest, it's what you're putting into that fuel tank that is equally as important to what you're exercising in how you line up your business, in how you line up your team, and how you line up and get prepared for peak performance. And when I think about it, why wouldn't you do that in your job? And then I started thinking about several companies that have, over the last at least 10, 15 years for sure, are now building in kitchens, which have healthy eating options. They have gyms, they have wellness. And there's a reason we have been very successful in our coaching businesses, Howard, because a lot of companies now bring in coaching.
Right.
To accelerate and amp up their business success.
It's interesting this is probably something again for a future episode is I went to Costco this morning and I needed to go there. Yes, I needed to go there. However, last night I was listening to a YouTube video and and I don't even recall what his name is. I subscribed to his channel, but he was all about looking at the ingredients on any package of food that you're buying. And as I went to Costco today, I was very cognizant of some of the things he had recommended, some of which I do buy, but it was a choice. But what was more important about the choices of why one food is better than the other. And I think that's an important conversation for a future episode, which is when you are helping your clients excel out on the golf course, and what is part of that full fuel regimen? What are they ordering from the kitchen when they come off the fairway? What are they buying at the ninth hole or at the turn when you have the carts with the lovely employees, whatever they are, gender? And that's important. And I was also reminded, I know we're going off tangent on just M, but I know there's a list available from an old coaching client of mine of like 90 foods, 90. The top 30 foods you should always have available if you're hungry, as opposed to binging on what's in the little machine that you put your coins in. I forget what it's called, vending machine. So it's something to think about because fuel is important.
And why I'm actually very excited we're listing this as our very first mindset and minding that fuel tank, that this is the very first key, is the last 15, 20 years, especially since I've worked with more elite level athletes on the golf course, that is now the number one thing. And you even look at other sports. I know I've used Brady forever, but he's probably at the top along with Tiger, Annika, who led the way for golfers and the new golfers today to have that as a key piece and key component for their team to help them be their best. And Brady has been absolutely regimented about the foods he puts in his fuel tank, knowing that his body temple is what helps him. I mean, your body is your temple. So why would we put anything into our body that we wouldn't put into our cars? Why do we put premium fuel in cars? Some cars don't need it, but some folks will actually put more medium or high test fuels, premium fuels into the tank because they want it to burn optimally.
Right.
So it's really, really key. And I love the fact that companies, I actually had a client out in California whose wife was a big vegan, and a lot of folks were having gluten issues. I've been gluten-free now for 8 years, and it was a huge, huge energy boost for me. And so I know the importance of foods, and I know the importance of looking at those packages, as you
Right.
mentioned, and we'll definitely get into that in more detail in another episode. So
Sure.
we know that first key is huge. The second key is instinct and intuition. And so many sports have gone by gut instinct. Trust and follow your gut. It felt right. It feels right. We should go with it. And I know I have the great pleasure of working with so many executives of companies, and that is exactly how they drove their company to continued success and keep that going. They play it out in their head. And when you're playing out of your head on the golf course, you're in the zone. There is a big instinct in that because you're all of a sudden into the flow of just trusting all that preparation that you've done, and they're just going with with what they know and what they're best at.
Sure. No, I am a big believer in instinct, but even more so the word intuition, because what does your gut tell you? And,
Absolutely. And
training somebody, coaching someone to begin to recognize when your instinct and intuition is sharing something with you that, yeah, you should listen to this and then make a decision what you want to do.
absolutely. Absolutely. Big key. I I I don't think I've ever, in fact, I know I've never met a successful athlete or business leader on any stage that has not gone to their gut and their intuition and instinctually worked through whatever problem, challenge has come their way, whether it is an employee issue, whether it's a problem that needs to be solved to keep driving the business in its positive direction forward. And on top of that, for golf, everybody keeps saying how golf is 90% mental. Well, if if you are in your head, you're not in your instinctual, intuitive mind. You're in your head. You're going from fight and flight. When you let go to your unconscious mind and allow that to help run your motor that now has a good tank of fuel, you get in a flow faster than ever. You can maintain yourself being in the zone that much quicker.
Sure. Sure.
So the end is never look back, never doubt. The mastery of mindset is all about being positive. There are studies that have shown that there's 3 negative thoughts to 1 positive. But your elite level athletes, it's not going to be that, as they're more flip-flopped. But most people have 3 negative thoughts to 1 positive. So folks, those of you that are listening, think about that. Make note of that this week. Even in the car, just have a note or a recorder. Catch yourself. Okay, I was just knocking myself down. Okay, so how many positive thoughts do you need to make up for that, so that you flip it? I could make a Mindset Monday episode just on that alone.
Sure.
So I'll make a note of that.
I have clients that I work with, have worked with, that, and I know I have done this myself. Perhaps I still do it in some shape or fashion. That negative self-talk. And what's important is once we say it, it's out of the bag. And unless we have someone, Coach Andree Martin, Coach Howard Fox, in our respective professions, let's stop for a second. Let's talk about what you just said.
Right.
And when I hear a client saying, well, I didn't mean that, I'm just saying it. I said, no, you said it. Why? Once you say it, it does mean something. And what will be the opposite of that? What do you want? What is the opposite of this negative self-talk?
Right.
And that's what you need to pursue, as opposed to giving any type of weight or breath to
Yes.
that doubt, that negative talk that's forcing you to look back.
There are very few athletes that are driven with negativity. There are a few exceptions, but rarely have I found that the case. So what these mindset mastery, when folks that are gearing in for mastering their mindset do the next piece, which is the D. You do what is hard, what it takes to go for the gold. It's not hard work for them. It's fun for them gaining mastery. And they keep going. They flip the hard into motivation.
I
And
love that.
we're gonna talk in our next episode a lot more on pressure and dealing with pressure. So the S is steady like a turtle when necessary. You pace those with strong mindset know how to pace and pace themselves well. And they're steady. And all I can think of is in golf. I have never seen a golf swing that does well when it's not a fluid flowing tempo. We want effortless power. And so that is, to some people, it may feel a little slower, but everybody has their own personal rhythm. And even in business, in daily work, even on Wall Street, those that have mastered Wall Street have mastered a flow and are extremely steady. And they're following all these mindset keys. And they go to the E, which is exert, execute, expecting excellence. And yes, that hard work might be extreme, but exert, execute, expecting excellence to an extreme measure, perhaps, great, as long as it's positive focus. And then the T is trust yourself with tangible results. You trust yourself, then you trust your team, and then the team trusts you. And everyone wins and goes for the gold without settling for silver.
Wonderful. You did it. Mindset. I love it.
Master your mindset, folks, and you'll get the gold.
Fantastic. Now, will we be building on this mastering of the mindset, or are we going to be off for another different topic during our next session?
You will hear.
I will hear.
We will continue. This is all flowing in this whole entire year. One is building on the other.
Okay. Fair enough. Well, until then, Andree, if our listeners would like to learn more about you and your work, where's the best places for them to go?
If you want to keep building on those keys to mastering your mindset, you can find me at www.andreegolf.com, and that's Andree with 2 E's. I also can be found on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and I have a YouTube channel, which is Andree Martin Golf. And our recorded episodes that I'm going to let you take away and discuss in our wrapping this session up.
Fantastic. Well, Andree, thank you once again for sharing your brilliance and passion for the profession of golf and the topic of mindset, which is an integral part of the work that you do with aspiring professionals in the golf field, executives who want to excel, and master golf, and for the clients of yours who are also very much into the realm of mindset. Another wonderful episode. So thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
All right, folks, there you have it. Andree has just been unpacking the word mindset. In today's episode, the 7 keys to mastering your mindset. And we have just unpacked that word, MINDSET. We spent a lot of time on the M. I think we've probably created a couple more episodes to Andree's agenda. But hey, it's all good stuff. And anytime Andree is here, there's always an opportunity to come into this with an open mindset of growth, expansion, and learning something new and coming away with really improving your game, whether it's out on the course or in the office, the boardroom, etc. Okay, folks, listen, if you enjoyed today's episode, we want to hear from you. But first, you have to go over to successinsightpodcast.com. You can go to our LinkedIn page, Success Insight Podcast, or you can go onto our Facebook page, also Success Insight Podcast. You can also find us on all of the podcasting platforms. So whatever your platform of choice is where you listen to, download, share podcasting episodes, you will find us there just by searching for Success Insight Podcast. Now, if you are on Listen Notes or on Spotify, you'll find all of the episodes with Andree Martin, Mindset Monday, all packed together. So, hey, if you have a cross-country trip, and what better way to expand your mindset and grow from it just by listening to all these episodes back from 1 to heck, whatever number we are today. I think we are definitely in our 60s. So you have a chance to enjoy it. Okay, folks, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, go out there, have a phenomenal day. And we will see you on a future episode of Mindset Monday with Andree Martin on the Success Insight Podcast. Take care now.
Success Insight is a production of Fox Coaching and First Story Strategies. Find us online, successinsightpodcast.com.